Hello, uh, this is Justine back again with another video. This time we are going to be talking about the causes of lock breaking. I shared in my last video that I am actually going through that right now, and I thought I should talk about what exactly caused it because I actually know what what caused it. So let's start it off. I pray this video will guide you and help you on your lock journey. And please feel free to contribute on anything I might have missed out because it's a community. We're sharing and learning from each other. So, yeah. So, let's start with washing. Sorry, I have some notes down here, so I'm going to be looking down from time to time. So, vigorous washing. When you it's one thing to overwash your hair, which I'll explain as another cause, but there's also vigorous washing. When you're washing your hair, you kind of like rub it, and some people they like do like they're washing a cloth. They like really. I don't know how to use the word. What's the word in English? But you over put a lot of strain when you're washing your hair. I get you might do that a lot because you want to get like oil out of your hair, so you kind of like do this, but you're actually damaging your locks and you're making them weak. The strength you're losing, you're weakening the strength of them. So you need to watch out on that. You need to watch out on that. That's you're better off actually. You're better off actually. Maybe if you might want to do it like in a round kind of motion, or like maybe you collect when it's already soapy and then you do that. That will help um direct your locks in what direction to lock, and also keep it safe from its strength being tampered with, and it becomes weak and causes kind of breaking at the tips of your hair. So vigorous washing is something you need to watch out for. Sorry for the reflection. There's a lot of light outside. Yeah. So that's one thing. Then twist washing. What do I mean by twist washing? Twist washing is actually doing the wash in a rub kind of motion, but maybe I used the wrong word for it, but rub kind of motion, and then as you keep doing it, it even starts to like twist. So when you overdo it like vigorously, you're pulling your hair, and as you pull your hair, you're definitely hurting it, and in the long term, you get those kind of damages to your hair. So that's still under washing. Too much washing is also another thing. Too much washing of your hair is another thing. I get um I get the issue of not wanting to generate mold in your hair, so you want to keep on washing your hair, especially when you use like thick oils like shea butter, castor oil, that are known to be thick oils that kind of keep residue into your hair. You really want to wash it all the time, wash it all the time, wash it all the time, but I don't recommend that at all. The best way to do this is to actually try to maintain your hair being clean and also avoid thick oils on your hair, because the thick oils is what actually causes you to have itching and causes you to have dust and dirt getting stuck into your hair, and then also will cause you later on to want to wash your hair. It's good to have a good washing routine. Personally, me, I used to wash my, in my previous video, I explained how I used to wash my hair all the time. Like once in a week I'll wash. When I feel it's dirty after 3 days, I'll wash it. But it was mainly once in a week, and then I noticed my hair started breaking. It was like dry all the time. I try to oil it like every day, but even if I oiled it every day, because I'm always consistently washing it, not giving the oil enough time to get into my locks, it kept on being dry all the time. So you also need to give time to the oil to get into your locks. So I recommend, if you really want to wash it, give it at least 2 weeks. But if you want to wash your hair all the time, that is really going to cause a strain on your hair. It's just like a cloth. If you vigorously keep pulling it, tearing it, rubbing it, applying water to it, or soaking it into water for like 3 or 4 days, it loses the strength of the strands in the cloth, and then they definitely get torn and become weak. And one day you're just there putting it on and then it just rips by just a small bend or something like that. So that's definitely something that you would definitely expect when it comes to that. Oh, I didn't jot down something in washing, but I remembered it when I was explaining this third point, but now I don't remember. Oh, what was it? Mm. Well, maybe someone else will add it, but I'll do more videos on, on this later. Sorry that I couldn't actually remember. What the hell was that? Washing. Okay, if it comes to my mind, I'll bring it up. Next, styling. We all know that styling your hair can potentially cause um breakage in your locks, but it's specific things, not totally. I can't say like don't style your hair at all. It's your hair, do what you want to do with it. But if you want to style your hair, try to limit styling your hair. But with styling, first of all, let's talk about tightening. Tightening styles. You've seen those kind of people who have like this that maybe plaited their hair and it's like so tight. You see like someone's forehead is like being pulled up and they can barely like lift. That kind of pulling of your hair is, it's not safe because you're definitely, it's definite you're pulling your hair, you are causing it to be strained, and definitely you will see the repercussions at the end of it all. So don't use don't go for tight hairstyles. You can actually style your hair, but just try to make sure it is loose and don't tighten it a lot. Even if you're just putting a band on your head, sometimes actually when I don't want my hair in my face, I just kind of like collect two of these and then like ooh, that looks nice. Actually, let me do that. Kind of like collect two of these and tie the knot at the back, but it's not tight, like it's loose, because if I pull, I know it's going to cause a strain on my lock, and that lock in the long run will start seeing it like breaking. So anything that you do, any kind of styling that you do in your hair, try your best to limit styling. Try your best to leave your dreads to grow wild and free. Okay, not grow wild and free because I'm going like free form, but to be free to do whatever it is that they want. If you're working in an environment where you need to style your hair all the time, try to do buns, like knotting buns, or like this is really actually, this looks good. This is really good for a working environment, actually, and just make sure it's so tight on your hair. Anything that is tightening is not good at all. And then having too many hairstyles on your head. Today you have one, tomorrow you have another. Try to get something that will last for some time and you don't have to keep changing it. That would really, really, really help you. Then dry hair, definitely. Dry hair is one thing that will cause your hair to break. That's like a definite thing. But I know of people who used to oil their hair a lot and then go like on a 1 month break of like no oiling their hair to try to like get the excess oil out of their hair if they don't want to do like a deep cleanse. And it doesn't really break, but then it all depends on how moisturized your hair is, how much oil you've put in your hair. So try your best to make sure that your hair is not dry. Keep checking it. Me usually I kind of like just get make sure my hand is dry without oil, and then I just kind of like do this to see if there's actually oil. You feel it in your hand that is actually oil. You can even feel that the oil is kind of dirty. It's not like maybe healthy oil. You actually feel it in the hair. Then you can know that you need to moisturize or not. But even when you're moisturizing and adding oil to your hair, it's good to add oil to hair that is clean, not dirty. No matter how light the oil is, if the hair is dirty, you're going to end up with mold and your hair is not going to look nice at all. I'm looking good. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, so dry hair is a no-no. Try to make sure you always oil your hair. Not all the time, and make sure your hair is oily. You can have a routine. I personally have a routine of, I used in my previous video I explained I use olive oil, which is like the lightest oil I can find, which is affordable and not very expensive because it's like jojoba oil, argan oil, and it's more available in my country. So extra virgin olive oil is actually what I use on my hair, and it's light. So I do once in a week. If it's a very hot season and I know maybe my hair is gonna get like kind of dry, or when I over like I brush my hair and apply water to my hair literally almost every day. I think it's actually every day or almost like every day to keep my hair moisturized. That's one way of keeping your hair healthy too, to avoid breakage, which I'm going to explain. I can explain it now. Okay, make sure you water in your hair. Okay, not water in your hair, but your hair is moisturized. Keep Make sure that your hair is not dry, not only as lacking oil, but also lacking moisture into your hair. So make sure that it's something you keep track of. Then playing with the hair is nothing else that causes a hair breakage. This thing of you're in class or you're in office or you're like watching a movie and then you just start playing with your hair, causing tension to it, too much of that actually is not helpful at all. So try to avoid it. I know it's a habit. I had that habit too, especially when you're starting your dreads and you want it to be neat. I know you're kind of like itching, and then when you start doing that, it becomes a habit. So be careful. Be careful not to make that a habit, because the more you keep doing it, even the longer it gets, it becomes a habit. It took me a long time to stop that as a habit. Just literally from what I'm explaining, whatever gives tension to your hair is not good. Whatever makes your hair dry is not good. Or as long as your hair is dry, it's not good. So try to work on that. And what? Drying your hair. When you're drying your hair from washing, let's start with washing. When you're drying your hair from washing, how you dry it really, 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 really matters. Sometimes the people who wash their hair and you're like, oh, let me get the water out of my hair. Some even like put the towel on the dread and like squeeze it. That is tension. That is a no. You're suffocating your dreads. Do not do that to your dreadlocks. That would definitely cause hair breaking. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Oh, I remember the point. Mm, I remember the point. That would definitely mess up with your hair. Be gentle. I usually pad. I kind of like, when I finish washing my hair, I pad it. Maybe one day I'll do like a tutorial on how I wash my hair. I pad it down. I pad it down. I am telling you all these things because I went through all these things, and this is what actually caused my hair to break over a period of time, which has now actually gone down so much, has really reduced, and my hair is doing so well now. And I don't want this to happen to anybody outside there who has a dreadlocks and is going through a dreadlock journey like me. You're better off avoiding it than going through it like me and losing a lot of hair, because for us people who have actually dreadlocks, just even a little hair like my nail is, it's a lot, and it takes weeks or months to grow. So I wouldn't want that to happen to anybody else. This is why I'm definitely sharing my experience with you people. So try to be gentle. If you want to squeeze your hair, don't do this. Just do it and pat it in. Some people use a hair dryer, which is okay to use a hair dryer, but don't overdo it too. I mainly dry my hair naturally, but now I'm actually gonna be starting an oil, kind of hot oil therapy on my hair. And given that I don't wash my hair like literally all the time, once in a while when I do wash my hair, I will have to like use the hair dryer to like heat up the oil in my hair. But if I have an abrupt wash, say I have an event and I want to do like an abrupt wash to have my hair clean, usually I just make sure I wash my hair in the morning and let my hair dry out throughout the day. Because fortunately, as here in Uganda, we seem to have weird seasons now going on where it's kind of like hot 2 days, cold 1 day. So just pick a day when it's kind of hot, wash your hair, and then it will dry out. In any other country, still, if you have thick locks, then you're gonna have to use a hair dryer, because it's another cause of actually breakage is having your hair wet for a very long time, especially when you decide to sleep. You're like, okay, the day has ended, my hair is not dried. If you notice your hair can't dry by just washing in the morning and then at the end of the day it's not dry, please just get a hair dryer. Make sure your hair is dry. Do not risk it at all. Then also sometimes the people who tend to want to moisturize their hair apply water spray in their hair when in the evening when you're going to sleep, and you sleep with your hair damp. It won't be wet but kind of damp. No, 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 no. Make sure that the hair is dry. If you want to apply damp your hair, your locks at the time when you're actually going to sleep, make sure you go to sleep when your locks are dry, not damp, because that's also going to cause breakage in your hair. Then combining, this is something I'm facing. As you all know from my previous video, I started off with thin locks. I use the sponge braid method and then combine them. Actually, this is one you can just see and like combine them. When you combine your hair, you have a higher chance of your hair actually breaking, especially if you don't keep it moisturized well, and you don't keep it moist and moisturized. If it's dry, definitely will cause an issue, because now let me explain this. I'm not a scientist, but I'm going to try to explain it in like the simplest way ever. Where I can explain it. If you decide to combine your hair the way I have done, you're gonna need to try to make sure that when you combine your hair and you want it to be left loose like this on the tips, and then the thick one actually to remain separate, to have like that puffy kind of look down below your hair, then you're definitely gonna have to be very careful with your hair. And that's like for the rest of your life. You want to keep this healthy, because the moment your hair is dry, this is thick, this is strong, it would last, but this is thin. And remember, there's not even distribution on your hair. When you apply oil, this is going to be more oily and the oil is going to like get in. This is not going to get in that much. So that's why I usually notice that at the edge, like at the combined spot, you usually find they are weak. Oh, my hair. I'm so sorry for my hair. But it's getting better now anyway. But I plan to use some artificial hair, or maybe the natural hair, depends on what I find, and then combine it fully. You're better off just doing the full combination of it, so that you have consistency. The lack of consistency, I don't know if I explained it well, but I hope you get the picture. The lack of consistency is what actually causes the breaking of the hair. I talked about wet hair, not moisturizing your hair. Another thing is your nutrition, what you eat. Food nutrition, what you eat is very, 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 very important. You're going to want to have to concentrate on the foods that are going to help your hair grow, help your hair have healthy and strong hair. So you have to also try to research. And then you need to know your hair type, what kind of hair you have. Is it high or low? There's something. I'll do another video on that too. But basically, from what I have jotted down and remembered, that is, I think those are the things that actually cause the breakage of my hair mainly. But as I said, my journey is getting better now. My hair is getting much better, so I'm happy about that, and I'm going to keep sharing whatever I've gone through, whatever other people are going through. Yeah, so that we both go through a lovely lock journey. I don't want the same thing to happen to you. So, and sometimes people tell me that taking care of dreadlocks is very difficult. Usually, when people start dreadlocks, they think, I'm gonna just do it and leave it there. No, you need to take care of your dreadlocks, and you can actually define a routine that has like a long period where you don't continuously do any maintenance on your hair. You can define that kind of routine, but then it also all depends on the kind of locks that you have. Are they thick? Are they thin locks? Are they sister locks? Are they the twist kind of locks? It depends on the kind of locks that you're also gonna have. Those who really have thicker locks, the maintenance is not really that much. But then if you have like thin locks, like the way I started, chance of them breaking would be really, really, really high if you don't take good care of them, because they're really small and thin and like a baby, so fragile. Yeah. Um. Well, if you have any other cause of breakage that you have gone through, please share. Please, 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 please share. And I'm going to make another video, possibly next week, or actually soon, that will have solutions to, if your hair has already started breaking, what are the solutions to it? What can you do for your hair to stop breaking, or that journey? And meanwhile, when it starts breaking, I would like you to know that you're going to have to be very patient, because it's not something that just stops all of a sudden. No, you might have to patch up your hair in some places. Some people just don't want to have the light of day, and then when the hair just breaks, they just pull it out and let it go. Some people don't like it hanging. I have a friend of mine who hates seeing. She has locks too. She's also new in it, and she hates seeing this hanging. It really, really annoys her, and she always wants to reach out and pull that extra lock that is hanging on the hair. So all in all, this is what I have for you today. I wish you the best in your lock journey. I wish you peace, joy, and happiness, peace of mind in everything that you do. And yeah, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let's support each other. Please support me. And the more subscribers I have, the more motivated I am. And definitely, I feel happy that people actually like my videos and I'm helping out. If you want to email me, like maybe some personal photo, something you don't want to share on the comment section, you can email me at jclaydreadlocks@gmail.com, and I'll definitely reach out to you as soon as I can and help you definitely. So please feel free to also ask any other videos you want to see, what you want to know, what you want me to share about my dreadlock journey, and I'll definitely share. So peace out.